Hello there. Um, I was gonna I was gonna share with you guys something about being a tune-up mechanic. So this is one of the books that I found. Is pretty good for that kind of stuff. So right now it's got the Alfa Romeo information on there, and it's by Motor 2005 edition. Every year they come up with a new edition. So it's got all the tune-up stuff. If the emission decal is missing, you're gonna need something like this, and they sell it. It's around $100. But I mean, if you're not doing that job as a career, you don't need to spend $100. Just buy an old one, depending on the year of your car. So it's got a lot of info in it for all different types of cars. Um, yeah, so table of contents, all the different models. It's got abbreviation. Now, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but you can identify the year and the engine size from the VIN number. There's like a big long number, 17 digits on the dash on the front left side. And so let's say for BMW from 1980 to '07, the year is the 10th digit. Now let's say a Chevy from 1981 to 2007 is the year is the 10th digit, and the engine size is the 8th digit. And if you come over here, um, A corresponds to a 1980. Let's say an F corresponds to 1985. A 1 corresponds to 2001. So anyway, and so on. Um, the good thing about this thing is, let's say a Ford or something. Let's see, keep going. Yeah, let's say a Ford. So over here, it tells you the engine size, the liters, tells you the timing. Let's say it's 10 degrees at 750 RPM. So this is for a 1986. And also all these little numbers here, it tells you like sometimes you have to short a couple of stuff to get it to go into base timing. And so it's got a lot of back here, like the DLC, the diagnostic, the location. So for like newer cars which are OBD2, it tells you like where they are. And then one other thing interesting, it's got also what the codes are. So let's see. It starts with 101, P101, mass airflow sensor, circuit range, performance. Normally, the common ones are like P0171, system 2 lean. That could be the fuel injectors are plugged up, your fuel pump or fuel filter is plugged up. What else? Oh yeah, if it's sucking in air. So if one of your gaskets it's leaking, it's gonna suck in air and it's gonna run lean. So and also the mass airflow sensor. If the mass airflow sensor is dirty, you need to clean it with a carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner. So all of that stuff causes 171. Another common one is PO 300, P0 300, like random misfire. So then you need a tune-up, like your spark plugs are going. So let's say P301 means cylinder 1 is misfiring, 308 cylinder 8 is misfiring. Now in the old days, you could with the distributors, the wire could have been, the cable could have been bad, but nowadays with the coil on spark plug, they have individual coils on each cylinder, so one of the coils is gone bad, so you got to troubleshoot it. Another common one is P0401, EGR flow insufficient. Nowadays even cars, they don't even have EGRs, but in the old days you had to clean the EGR or the passages. So inside the intake manifold, you had to clean the passages. P0440 evap emission, control system malfunction. Sometimes the purge valve needs changing. That causes that problem. You have to troubleshoot it. You got to see if the purge valve is working or not. So this is one of the other one which I found is this guy. So it's engine performance and tune-up, covers years 1970 to 2000 models. It's by check chart, and this is pretty good. So basically after 2000, the tune-up business is not that, doesn't need it that much. So this is by check chart, it's by motor, product number 92120. What does it have inside here? Well, the good thing is it's got this kind of stuff over here, like for doing the timing on the crankshaft pulley. It tells you the marks. So what marks are for doing the timing? Let me find a better. Yeah, like over here, see the marks, the 0 before top dead center, after top dead center. So all of this, if the marks are kind of hard to see, you can figure out what you can set the timing like this with the information here. And it also tells you like which one is cylinder 1. Let's see, this see the way they have shown it here. Actually, this is not correct. The cylinders are not exactly opposite each other. They cannot be opposite each other because the crank connecting rod and the crankshaft, they're gonna hit each other. They're always in between. Like number 2 here is actually in between 1 and 3. So they don't show it in reality. This is like, I don't know why this is not true. They're not exactly opposite each other. And in the previous video I explained how you can actually find which one is cylinder 1 by the size of the valve cover. So there is more of the ignition timing marks. What else there is? Yeah, it's a pretty good book. I've used it a few times. This was around $100 too. Let's see. Oh, and it also has the codes for OBD1. I saw it somewhere. Yeah, normally like OBD2, the codes are standard for each car, but OBD1, the numbers are different from one manufacturer to another. So there is like the codes. Like when the light starts blinking, you count the number of diagnostic trouble codes. now you read the number of blinks, and that gives you a number. Then you come over here, and that tells you what that means and what's wrong with it. Most of the time, it's either oxygen. Well, it's most of the EGR, I remember, or if it was to do with the transmission, the speed sensor wasn't working. So another emission stuff is when I'm over in California, and on older cars, 8 years and older, every couple of years we got to take them for emission testing. So on older cars, they give you like a printout like this, and this is for cars 2000 and older. You got to run them on the treadmill, on the dyno they call them, and they give you this kind of results. There's a percentage carbon dioxide, percentage oxygen, hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide. So on this car, everything is good. It's passed. It's like there's a maximum number, and there is the measured amount, and that's the average for the cars. So this is like 1998 Ford Model Explorer with 207,000 miles on it, 784. So if the measured hydrocarbon is unburnt fuel. So if the measured hydrocarbon is more than the maximum amount, then you need to do a tune-up, spark plugs, wires, distributor cap, that kind of thing. Nitrous oxide, if it's high, it's your EGR valve needs to be cleaned, passages needs to be cleaned. Carbon monoxide, most of the time it's to do with the oxygen sensor. And also oxygen sensor helps with the NOx and hydrocarbon. Actually, oxygen sensor helps with all of them. So that's just one car. So what car is this? This is actually my own car, Mazda 1992 626 with 153,000 miles on it. And so this passed too. Everything is looking good on this. And I should know, since I was the technician who did it. It was running good. So all the numbers are really low. Measured one. Yeah, so let's go on. So what car is this? This is like a 93 Camry. Oh yeah, that's my car too. So this is at 86,000 miles. So it's getting up there. So hydrocarbon, it just barely passed it. It's borderline 84 parts per million. That's what ppm means, parts per million. And measured 84. So right at the border it passed. And nitrous oxide is high too, 501, but it was below the max, 692. This is again my car with 124,000 miles on it. Now I've done the tune-up on this car recently, so hydrocarbon from 84 maximum allowed is now 60, and nitrous oxide with the change of oxygen sensor, it brought it down quite a bit. Now it's in the hundreds, and the carbon monoxide is pretty low too. So there's another car. Yeah, hydrocarbon really low. I think this was the Acura. Yeah, 2-liter Acura. Yeah, 2-liter Acura from 2006. So it's pretty low. Honda's actually, they're good cars. Their emissions is always very low. So there's from 2000 and newer cars, you don't do the dyno anymore. So there's no carbon monoxide and readings anymore. So they just plug and play So if the check engine light isn't on and all the monitors are good, it passes, and that's what happened with this car. So this is from 2005 Honda Accord, and it has passed. So that's it.